What's up, family? In today's video, we'll be looking at spiritual and enlightening TikToks to help raise those vibrations.
So 70% of the Americans are breathing wrong. We ain't even breathing right. We wonder why we're depressed and why we're going through so much. Y'all, we are not even breathing correctly. Feel it. And don't mind my shirt. I had to throw this on to open the door. Feel it. Feel it. You'll feel your chest. Doing those little bitty breaths. Not even realizing that's causing things to work as slowly as possible in your body because they can't get any oxygen. We're supposed to breathe to where our stomach feels it. And that's a lot. That'll make you lightheaded. If that makes you lightheaded, just know that your body is flooded with oxygen that it doesn't normally have because you are not even actually breathing correctly. The more you know.
Wow, so your brain doesn't really know the difference between, say that again?
Between something that happened in real life or something that you strongly visualize.
So you could create enough of a visualization for yourself if you really were to powerfully start to focus on it and do that and build that ability to visualize something that your brain at one point would have to think it's so true that the world would meet you and put it into your life.
I love the way you put that.
There is no hell. There isn't. I've done thousands and thousands of cases. There is no hell. Hell is an invention of the church, and you can see why. It was never in the Bible. It's something has been invented. There is no hell. A loving God would not do that to people. You are allowed to make all the mistakes you want. You're allowed to come back and do it again and again till you get it right. They don't punish you just because you make a mistake and throw you into an oven. It doesn't work that way. You have to realize you have made mistakes. Earth is a school. But it's a school, you come here to learn lessons. But it's a school where you can't skip a grade, but you can have to repeat a grade. You don't get it right. You have to come back and do it again until you get it right. You can't go from kindergarten to college. It's impossible. You have to learn the lessons, and the lessons are not easy. Earth is a school where you learn emotions and limitations. Those are the two main things, emotions and limitations. Those are not taught on other planets. This is a very challenging planet.
Emotions and limitations, huh?
There ain't no way to pray and wipe away your sins, because ain't no such thing as a sin, right? You either in line with the universe or you not. I gotta change my environment, right? And everything go change. Like, they think they can't do something new in the same situation, but that's what it's about, right? You got to pass that first, because like, until you do, it's gonna keep following you and following you and following you. There's no way to like go ahead of it, right? So you may think you're in a fucked up situation now, and if you get in a better situation, you'll feel better. No, it'll be the same you, right? So what you gotta understand is, it ain't the situation, it's always you, right? So whatever you in, you gotta look at it like better, right? And once you start looking at it better, it's gonna get better. Because the universe kind of like reflect what you are and not what you want. A fool and his money will surely part, right? That means if you got a broke spirit, you broke no matter how much money you got. It ain't the money. And a lot of y'all look at money wrong anyway. The wealthy don't look at money like, I got 5,000, I got 10,000. They look at their cash flow. Look at their cash flow. That's it. They never really touch the principle. Don't work too hard on changing the situations. Once something manifested, it's already manifested. You can't change it. The only way to change it is to change yourself. Whatever you fear project, life is like that, right? So whatever thoughts are in your mind, it reflect in your world. And the only way to control in your world is to control your mind, right? There's a lot of people in the world that think they can change shit physically, but that's kind of shit they teach. They tell you the world was matter. But when you understand that shit don't matter, because the world, the scientists already proved it, your brain depict your reality. So whatever you think come, it's just bottom line. So whatever thoughts in your head, whatever thoughts is mainly in your head, it's what come out in the reality, right? And people gotta understand that. I used to try to change shit, but it's really nothing to change until I change myself, right? Because it all came from me. But a lot of people think it come from other people, but it come from your deepest fears. That's why Jesus said don't fear shit. Because whatever you fear, you gonna see over and over again until you learn not to fear it. And that's how life go. Congratulations, you passed.
Congratulations. Yo, so not only is he doing interviews, he out here dropping knowledge and giving out information and Yo, shout out to 607 Onk, whatever his real name is.
This is for those of you who are constantly stuck in fear. You can't get out of your own way. You wonder why your life sucks on a regular basis. If you go back to any of those books, Napoleon Hill, all right, the Bible, let's go back that far, okay? It is going to talk about, first of all, we're made in the image of God. You are not putting yourself out there the way you were meant to put yourself out there. You're holding yourself back, and low vibration is no good. It's trash. And if you have low vibration, the universe is going to treat you accordingly. Instead of saying, what if I fail? You're asking the wrong question. You should be asking, how do I succeed? How do I get to where I want to be? Having high vibration. Don't just let your mind wander and let any thoughts come through. Gain control of your thoughts, because otherwise you're going to sit there and tell yourself lies all day long. Low vibration, universe treats you accordingly. That's it.
Look at this.
Oh, you can't say that ain't no blessing.
So if you don't believe that other people have souls, there's really nothing you can't do to them.
Exactly.
Why does it even matter?
Exactly. What's the difference between me stepping on a cockroach and me stepping on you? You're both sentient beings. You both are alive. So if I can step on a cockroach, why can't I step on you? Oh, now you're going to give me this mythology that, oh, but we're human beings and we have more value than a cockroach does. Oh, really? I don't think the cockroach feels that way.
Right? To which you say what?
Down deep, you know better than that. Down deep, you and I don't care what your worldview is, you know that there is something to human value. Down deep within your heart, within the depth of your being, you know that when you hold a little baby in your hands, you're not holding a cockroach.
No.
And this is not based on human arrogance. Oh, I'm just superior to a cockroach. No, this has to do with some innate, intrinsic value of a human life. But if there is no God, this deep, profound experience that you're having as you hold a little baby in your hands is just raw emotionalism. It's meaningless.
And the value, as you just said, is inherent. It's not just utilitarian. It's not that, that the baby may grow up and become a famous scientist who creates a vaccine to prevent disease.
Yep.
The value is inherent in the baby because the baby exists. The baby is valuable because the baby was created by God.
Bingo. You take God out of the picture and you're up a creek without a paddle when it comes to explaining to me why is that baby valuable. Oh, that baby's valuable because I have a lot of strong feelings. Yeah, fine. So that's your genetic drive, right? As mom and dad to care for your child. Well, guess what? I know a lot of deadbeat dads who could give a rip about their kids.
Yeah.
Just like there's people out here who really care about cockroaches. You know?
Man, I just heard something so powerful, man. It just makes me smile already. Like, so it says the body reflects the soul that it carries. The body reflects the soul that it carries. I just want you to think about that for a second, because if you think about the nasty people that you've met in your life, like how worn down they look, it matters about what you will let affect your soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can been through so much, so many things, but it's how you deal with it, how you responded. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you come back with ill intent? Do you seek revenge? Do you have envy in your heart? Do you have jealousy? You know what I'm saying? These are all low vibrating frequencies, and that weighs down on the soul, which is ultimately affects your body because it affects the way you move. You know what I'm saying? So you catch people that look way younger than what their age is, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's their soul. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping that joy within them. They move differently. You know what I'm saying? They're forgiving. You know, they're not moving with any ill intent. Even if somebody does them wrong, they know how to understand, have some empathy, know that that person may not be in a great place, and that's why they acted that way. You know what I'm saying? You know, the things that people use to escape was heavy on their soul. And then ultimately that affects their body. The low energy, the low frequency is part of your soul, which ultimately affects your body. Just want y'all to take that and, you know, just think about it, chew on that. It's a little food for thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, y'all have a blessed one.
You know, I will say I've seen some pretty good looking people with very evil souls, you know, very just like mean people, right? And I don't know if what he's saying correlates to everybody, because there's some people who look old who are very nice. I don't know if nice is a good word to use, but I just think that when we come to using words like good or bad, right or wrong, it's who chooses what's good and what's bad, who chooses what's right and what's wrong, you know, because there's a person out there who enjoys making other people feel bad, and they think deep within themselves that this is right and this makes me feel better, so I'm going to keep doing it. And who's to tell them that they're wrong, you know, because in their mind, that's what's right, that's what's good, that's what I need to be doing. So there's so much more to it.
You ever wonder why they say the eyes are the window to the soul? That's because your eye is a black hole. This is what an eye looks like underneath a microscope. And what does the eye do? It sucks in light. And that's exactly what a black hole does. It sucks in light. Your soul is an entire universe that exists within you. And just like how our external universe sucks in light, your internal universe sucks in light. As above, so below. It's an ancient correspondence between the macrocosm and the microcosm. The macrocosm is the universe, everything that's external from you. And the microcosm is within you, your internal universe, everything within. Your eye and black holes are the exact same thing, just on different scales. Everything, the entire universe consists of light. Your eye absorbs light codes to make up your internal universe. Everything you see is simply light being sucked into your eyes to create your internal universe, your internal reality. Nothing in this entire universe is separate from you like you think it is.
You know, eyes are pretty interesting.
The most mind-blowing realization in 15 years of awakening comes down to this. There is just me. I am all that exists. Now, when I say me, I don't mean me as this body. I don't mean me as a thing. I mean me as the awareness that's emanating this body right now. That awareness is you. It's everyone. It's everything. Out of all the awakenings, from Kundalini exploding, traveling to these different dimensions, communicating with sages, masters, going out of body, it all ends up with you. The very awareness you are holding all along. That's it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't look at this world the same anymore. Some say this world is a stage. Some say it's a prison. Some say it's a matrix. Some say it's a simulation. Some say it's Maya. Some say it's an illusion. But the truth is, it's none of that. It's just awareness.
When you realize that everything about life is temporary, then you don't have to freak out about anything anymore. You see, our life is the manifestation of our energy, and so whatever's happening, it's just happening in relation to the energy that we have, but we can change that energy anytime because we can choose the way we think and get our energy flowing differently, and then the world will start to come to us differently. But if you freak out, well, then you're in that low vibration energy, and what you've done then is you've sent the same energy out to the law of attraction, and then it will bring you more stuff to freak out about. So stop freaking out and change your story, change the way you see things, yourself, others, life, and you can do that. And when you do, then your life is going to start to come to you differently. Just give it some time for that old momentum to change, tell your new story, and focus on positive aspects of things, keep a positive focus, and that new story will start to emerge.
You know what they say, nothing lasts forever.
You should not just talk shit to other people for no reason, because your brain can't tell the difference between you talking to yourself and you talking to other people. Your mind, your brain is in its own little world. So every time you say something to somebody, your brain, your mind thinks you're talking to yourself. Every time somebody says something to you, your mind thinks it's you talking to you, because we all just are reflections of each other. Why do you think so many people care about what other people have to say about them? Because they think it's them talking to them. That's why a lot of people don't want to be ridiculed. A lot of people don't want to be made fun of, because your brain thinks it's you making fun of yourself. Self-talk, a positive self-talk, is one of the best things you could develop in life. The words that you constantly speak to yourself and rattle around in your mind on a daily basis literally shape how you think about yourself. This is why you shouldn't just talk shit to people for no reason. This is why people shouldn't just talk shit to you for no reason. Because we all are just reflections of each other talking to ourselves. Humanity is a collective consciousness. Everything we say affects other people. Everything in life is a vibration and a frequency. My words, my vocal cords are vibrating and it's sending out a frequency to y'all right now. Every time you talk, you're speaking things out into the universe. Mind your tongue. Mind what you say about people.
Yo, he has a point there. Because if you think about it, right? Even if you don't repeat what a person says to you, you kind of do. Like when you're listening to them say something, you kind of repeat it in your own mind, if that makes sense. Like you kind of hear it in your own voice in a way. And when you do that, I feel like that's when you kind of open the door for your consciousness, your mind, your body to think that you are talking to yourself or to your body. Does that make sense to anybody?
Linen is the only fabric that naturally resists bacteria and is thought to vibrate at 5,000 hertz. That might be why Jesus told us to wear and sleep in linen. Think about this. The frequency of polyester is thought to be about 15 hertz. The frequency of a body that is shutting down is thought to be 30 hertz. Natural linen, satin, and wool is thought to be around 5,000 hertz. A healthy body vibrates at 67 megahertz, which is 67 million hertz. They used to use linen bed sheets in hospitals before the 40s because the flax fibers in it are supposedly an antimicrobial and was thought to heal patients faster with the vibration, until polyester was invented in 1941, and they replaced the linen. Because as we know, everything's a business nowadays, and linen sheets lowered profit margins long term. If you're curious, I invite you to do some research on polyester before you buy your next shirt. And if you can't afford linen, wear and sleep in cotton. Cotton is 100 hertz, so in theory it's a lot better for you energetically than polyester. Love you guys. Peace out.
You know what's crazy is they just give us blended cotton or blended fabrics now, you know, half cotton, half polyester. You know, you get polyester in a lot of things now. But I guess we should all start buying linen. Linen clothes, linen drawers.
So look, this is how you connect with your higher self in less than 2 minutes. No matter where you at, you could be in school, you could be in work, you could be walking, you could be having a conversation with somebody, you could be anywhere on this earth and you could connect with your higher self. You connect with your higher self, you are literally watching your thoughts. You sitting there and you paying attention to what the fuck you are thinking. Because the thoughts is not yours. It's the ego. The ego is not you. You are your higher self. You understand me? Understand this. You are able to sit there and just watch what you are thinking. Instead of you trying to control all of it and focus on your breath and shit, you just sitting there watching what you are thinking, watching how them thoughts are affecting you. When you're watching all this different stuff and you like fearing all this stuff that they feed us, that's what be in our head. That's what we gotta be aware of. We gotta control that shit. Don't judge it, just watch it. You able to watch what's affecting you.
Yeah, for real, because, you know, we take in a lot of information constantly, right? And like you said, we start to fear these things. And if these are just thoughts that are constantly pinging in our brain, right? We're going to start feeling anxious and, you know, having these feelings, right? But we have to control it. We have to control the thoughts. We are in control of our own minds, or our minds are in control of us, however you guys want to perceive it, you know. The spirit's in control of the body, not the body in control of the spirit. I don't know, however you guys want to conceive it. However, what I'm just trying to say is you have the control.
If a person would sit down and let their body relax, totally relax, and then start to visualize in their mind, see themselves the way they want to see themselves, and see how you'd like to live your life, see yourself living it that way. Okay. Now understand that that's a picture in your mind. Take that picture and describe it, write it out in the present tense. I am so happy now that I see myself, and write it out. Start to read it, and read it, and read it, and read it every day. Carry it around and keep reading it. The one point that all the great teachers, all down through history, have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it, we become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first, it might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it.
So you have a dielectric field and a magnetic field, and this is for the exact reason why we're electrical beings. These two fields going on at the same time is exactly how you get electricity. And now I know you've seen this symbol before, and this is why science keeps the truth from you, because if you started to understand exactly what you are, then you're going to understand how your energy works. And this is why you either attract people or you repel people. When you're living in this low vibrational state, it's a very low frequency, low vibration, and it's not creating enough pressure to create a complete field. Got to be cautious about what I say now because I'm about to lose my account. Which is for the exact reason when you end up getting in a relationship, love activates more DNA coding sites, which basically increases your frequency. It increases your spiritual pressure, and that's why in cartoons, when they're powering up, they put the truth in these cartoons. That's why there's such things as energy vampires, when they're sucking out all your energy and using it for themselves. And this is the exact reason why you need to increase your own spiritual pressure. You essentially have two torus fields, and when you increase your vibrational frequency, so you know how the whole 144,000 go to heaven, it's the frequency. You increase your vibrational frequency, and it creates this field of protection. And that's where you're hearing the whole Kundalini energy, the serpent rising. And going back to what I was saying, like when you get in a relationship, you notice how all these other women start coming to you and start trying to talk to you, and it's because you're attracting them instead of repelling them. Which is for the same reason why Dr. Joe Dispenza says you need to become the experience so that way you can attract it. And by you becoming what you're attracting, that is exactly the way the mind works. And that's how magnetism works. That's how the fields work. And we're all magnets. We're all magnets. We have both of these positive charges and these negative charges, but we need to understand it more so we can pretty much manifest and control our reality and do what we're here to do. But here in this system, we have a lot of people living in that root, that low vibrational chakra, that low vibrational energy. And that's why there's a lot of brainwashing. There's a lot of negativity. And this is such like a weird example, but your whole body is like a tripod. You have your mind, your body, and your soul. And your physical body is of this plane. Your mind is of the ether. And then you have your soul. And if you kick out one of the legs, the whole system collapses, and that's what the system does. It literally it commandeers your mind, it attacks your body with the food, and it fucks with your soul with whatever these things that are so beyond our comprehension that's fucking around us. This is the exact reason why I'm telling you we are electrical beings. This is why you got to look at the food you're eating. You don't want to be eating dead fucking nutrition. You don't want to be eating dead animals. I'm fucking telling you right now, you're being lied to. Oh, I went vegan and I failed. Look, I'm telling you, you need minerals and you need H3O2, which is found in fruit. You are a carbon being. Mm-hmm. Raw pure sugar is carbon.
Carbon beings out here.
Being in a quiet house in the dark, turning the lights off and feeling you, like feeling your essence, your being, and it's not where you want it to be, that is some scary shit, brother. Because you got to deal with that. The darkness get thick. You know, you start hearing the house settle. You hear little movements and cracklings. You can hear your heart beating. You can feel your blood pumping through your body. You can listen and hear your breath. It's like, dang, it's you. You just left to deal with you. Then them thoughts creep in. You know, I'm not good enough. This is why I'm not good enough. I did that person wrong. Dang, remember you did that. See, it's because when you in the spotlight, I'm in the spotlight a lot. I get a lot of compliments. Everybody want autographs. They want They want pictures. It keep me in my ego. But when you by yourself and that ego gone, you got to deal with who you are and what you did, man. It be sins that you forgot you committed, that when you meditating by yourself, they get brought. Damn, I did that 10 years ago. I forgot I even committed that. And that shows you how desensitized we have become as a people. You can do some hurtful things in your past years. You either done suppressed it subconsciously, or you too much in your ego. You done forget that you did people wrong. You need to be more humble. You used to be in the streets. You used to gangbang. You know what that consists of. You need to be more humble about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just learning. I'm really learning to accept, surrender to myself, and after that surrenderance, take my power back, man.
Yo, if that ain't something to leave with today, surrender to yourself. Because, like he said, you got to take your power back.
One thing they don't tell you about being awakened, everything gets so boring. Being more conscious and being more aware, that means that you see through everything. As soon as you step out your door, your radar is on. You know how when they give you the first person view of Terminator and what he's looking at and how it's red and it zeroes in target? That's how it is for people that's awakened. Everybody you used to be cool with, they ain't cool no more.
you realize that it's all bullshit and it been there the whole time, you start to see how much stuff you've overlooked over the years. So you start having a grudge against people. And they not gonna know what's going on. To them, you just woke up out the blue tripping. The only thing you want to do is live in your own world, live in your own mind, live in your own little circumference of whatever you've created peace in. Now I see why it look like everybody's having fun but me. Ignorance is bliss. I know it.
Ignorance is bliss.
The scariest part of awakening is that you can no longer be the old you. You can no longer unsee what you have seen. And many times what happens is things have to change. People in your relationships have to change. Your career and your work life has to change. The things that you find passion in have to change. Why? Because awakening is a spiritual awakening. Awakening is a process of you no longer being this third dimension version of you. And that gets scary. It gets scary because the entire life that you have constructed was constructed from the old you, the fear-based you, the scared you. I'm here to encourage you if you're going through this right now and let you know that you have the courage within you to overcome any of the obstacles and challenges that you're facing when it comes to your awakening journey. And the more and more that you heal, the more and more that you release, and the more and more that you heal, and the more and more that you release the control of the mind and the ego, the more and more that you allow yourself to tap into your heart, your intuition, your true power. And what I can promise you is this: life gets 100 times more abundant, 100 times easier, and 100 times more in flow when you have awakened. Once you face that fear, once you let go of what no longer serves you, and once you step into the new you and your new life.
No, for real, once you put those glasses on and you start to see the world differently, you can't take those glasses off. And you can't put them on nobody else either. How many of you have tried? You know, you feel like you've woken up to something, some knowledge, some spiritual things, right? And it's like, okay, I want to tell somebody else about this experience. I want them to wake up too. And they're just not for it at all. That's because it's not their time to wear the glasses, right? Those glasses were meant for you and you only. Movies to watch during your spiritual awakening. Let's see. Another Earth. Never seen it. The Tree of Life, never seen that. Sound of My Voice, nope. Inner Worlds, Outer Worlds, nope. Man from Earth, okay. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Eternal Sunshine and the Spotless Mind. The Fountain. Anybody seen any of those movies? I'll be the first to admit that I've seen none. So maybe I need to really tap in and progress my spiritual awakening, because hey, those movies might have some good things in them. But yeah, guys, these are some of the most spiritual and enlightening TikToks out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.